Hello there and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and today we're doing a What's in a Box kit review on my IBG Models 172 scale kit number 72512 PZL 37A BIS1, which is a Polish medium bomber that I'm sure some people were not particularly familiar with. We're actually doing this as part of a You Choose My Next Build feature, where we're looking at the gallant Polish Air Force, and I'm offering you guys the opportunity to pick which one I build next. So the options are the PZL 37, this one. We're also going to be doing a What's in a Box for the Potez 25B2 Polish Jupiter, which is a French aircraft. And we've also got a PZL R11C Polish fighter. We have the rather famous PZL 23A Karos. So all you need to do to let me know which one you'd like to see built is drop a message in the comment section and just tell me which one you think I should build. And on Saturday the 19th of April, I'll total all the votes up, and whichever one wins is the one that we'll build. We're also going to be having a look at this PZL 23A Karos by Rush, which is a really god-awful thing. We'll probably build that anyway, and we might even give one of them away. So anyway, back to the job in hand, which is a What's in a Box review of this particularly rather nice looking kit. And as per usual, we're going to have a quick look at the instructions. We're going to go through the parts, and we're going to read a little bit out of Wikipedia about this fascinating little aircraft, because that's what I do. We're also drinking some Polish lager today. This is Tiski, and it's rather nice. So let's get on with this. So first off, we can see we've got a nice colour printed out instruction booklet, and as we can see, we do get some photo etch with this and a set of decals, and it gives us a useful colour conversion chart on the front. I tend to use ICM and Tamiya, and they're not included. Oh well, never mind. So we get a sprue diagram. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10 sprues, including small ones. And then we get these rather nice 3D windows, which are slightly different to some of the more regular sort of Airfix sort of kits that people might be used to. And these are looking really nice, and they're pretty easy to follow, I think. We'll find out anyway, because we've got some other ones to do. So step one, this is part of the bomb bay. As we can see, there are multiple little bomb bays on this aircraft in the central fuselage and the wings. So we've got a couple of small bombs and a couple of big bombs to put in here. The reverse section of this is the cockpit floor, as we can see here. So we've got our bombs sitting right underneath the cockpit. Yeah, great, that's nice. So we've got a couple of seats here. We've got the bomb aimer with some aiming device. We have the control pedals and stick, and we have the pilot's seat. Moving on to this section here, that's basically what it should look like when it's finished. Now, I kind of like these ideas where it shows you what you're doing and then what it should look like as well. I think it's a neat touch. So step 3, we're looking at the rear part of the fuselage, where we're going to put some machine guns in, one top and one bottom. And as you can see here, it's got a really nicely detailed interior for you detail fiends. There are actually some photo etch parts to go in here as well. Yeah. And then we are going to put the floor and bomb bay into our one section of our fuselage. So it should look like so. Step 4 is the other side of the fuselage. And as you can see, it looks like we've got a radio or some more technical equipment going on here. Looks nice, doesn't it? And step 5, we're moving on to the glazed nose section, which we can see there's another machine gun to go in the front. Step 6, we're going to be putting all of this together. So we're putting the two sections of the cockpit together, our nose and various other pieces of glazing which have to go on, which look a little bit complicated, but I'm sure we'll be okay. Step 7, we're moving on to assembly of the tail. It's a twin tail. I do kind of like twin tails. I think they look kind of nice. And we've got a skid to go on the underside in place of a tail wheel. Step 8, we're looking at the engines, and as you can see, we've got multiple parts to go to the engine, including a piece of photo etch on the engine here, and it ends up something looking like that. Step 9 is the same thing on the other side. Step 10, we've got a photo etch quite sure what this is called, but it's basically a box that's it's in the engine nacelles, and it's where the undercarriage retracts into. So I suppose that's you can put it on if you want, or you don't really have to. It does actually say they're optional part. I might give it a go. Step 11, we're going to be putting the landing gear struts in, and that's what they should look like. Step 12, we're putting more bombs. We've got another bomb bay in the wing, a wing mounted one. So this is the, I think that's the top section of the wing bomb, with 8 bombs going in there. And now we're going to put the engine nacelle on the front. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side in steps 15, 16 and 17. Step 18, I'm going to put the wheels onto the undercarriage. So we've got a twin wheel on the wing-mounted undercarriage, and then we've got open bomb bay doors here for the bomb bays in the wing, which we can also have closed options as well. So I suppose if you're taking the closed option, you don't really need to put the bombs in. Step 21, we're going to assembling our 2 wings to our fuselage, and we're starting to get something that looks like a plane, and it looks pretty good. We've got the open bomb bay here in the central fuselage, or we can have it closed. So there's 2 different sets of parts for each option. And then here we have a stencil diagram showing us where all the various stencils go on. That's quite detailed and quite comprehensive. And then we have, I think it's 2 colour options. So this one here is a PZL-37A Boss at the International Air Show Belgrade 1938. So that's the show plane. Kind of plain and not particularly interesting, I suppose that one is. And we have 3 options. And here we have Escadra Bobalva, which is the 211th Bomber Squadron, which apparently was crushed in May 1939. I thought the war started in September. Not quite sure how that works out. Maybe that means formed, not sure. And then we have Escadra Bomber Squadron 212th, and this aircraft is formerly SPBML, which is the demonstration one here. And I think when we come to do this, if we get to pick this one, or whenever, this will probably be the one that I actually do, because it's got this rather nice little sort of floral motif on it. Not that I'm into flowers like, but anyway. So there's our instructions. Let's have a look at the parts, and these are really nice. So this is the fuselage, obviously. We can see here we've got the mounting points for our wings. A whole load of panel lines. No rivet marks or anything like that. I'm not sure whether this is a wooden aircraft or metal skinned. I'm sure a brief glance at Wikipedia would tell us. And as you can see here, we've got a really complicated and detailed interior going on here. Look at that. Look at all that detail. Imagine how much time we could spend on this and you'll never see it. Yeah. See, the landing skid is already actually in place there. Didn't realise that. Got to be careful there. Then we have 2 slightly different sprues here with our wings on. So this is the lower section of one of the wings. As you can see, we've got lots of mounting points here for our undercarriage doors. Again, loads of panel lines, no rivet marks, a few access panels. There's the upper section of the wing. And these here are extendable flaps and ailerons. So these actually fit on here and in there. Kind of did a bit of an investigation. Just in case people are curious on the actual size of this, I compared it to an BF-110, and the wings are slightly longer and the fuselage is slightly longer as well. So it's around about the same sort of size. Obviously, it's quite a bit more chunky. So on this sprue here, we get more of the wings, and here is our cockpit floor stroke bomb bay. So that's the undersurface of the bomb bay there, and that's the cockpit floor. Got some detail on there. See where the pedals go. And that's another one of the ailerons. And we have this one, which has got our little boxes for our bomb bay. Not too sure what those parts are. Now this is the variety of sections for open or closed bomb bays. So they're going to be the closed ones for the fuselage mounted bomb bay, and I'm guessing these ones are closed for the wing mounted, and these ones are probably going to be open for fuselage. Whew. Right, what else we got going on here? Not too sure. Loads of mechanical parts, maybe a bit of framing. Got a machine gun here. Got some flash on that seat. Got some detail on the seat as well. That's cool. And a few other bits and bobs. Now we get 2 screws that are identical here. We've got some wheels. We can see our undercarriage. Propellers. Got some nice detail on those. Engines. Not too bad. And the bombs are one piece. No gluing them together. And here's our open bomb bays for the wing mounted bomb bays. That looks like the closed, possibly the front wheel housing. So we get 2 of those. I've got to be honest with you, I have no idea what those parts are. There's our 2 fronts of our engines. Our fronts of the engine themselves. Here we have our tail rudders. Nice detail on those. And here's more of the tail as well. Nice detail on those, nice ribbing. So it all looks like a jolly nice kit. I nearly forgot the plastic parts, which I've nearly lost the nose cone. There's a good ridge on those, on the ribbing on there. That's the top of the cockpit. That's the visor for the cockpit, or one of them is, and then there's a visor for the rear gun. I think that's a little window. We've got 2 little wing-mounted wing lights. I'm not too sure what that part is. So here we have the, get hold of it, photo etch. And as part of the engine, these are these little optional boxes for the interior of the nacelles, for where the undercarriage goes, and this piece here folds up into the box. Not exactly certain what these other smaller parts are. Looks like I've got a couple of 3 gun sights there though. I think there's some harnesses there as well for the crew that we don't get. And here are our options for our decal sheet, including the pretty flowers or stars or whatever they are. That could be a mission count, I suppose. I'm not exactly certain. We have a decal for our cockpit console, a load of Polish stencils, little first aid sign, and then we have the various large letterings and the Polish markings as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. It does look like a nice little kit. Oh, one point I need to mention. There are no mounting points on these kits, so it is very much a case of your eye is your guide. So that's the same for the wings and the same for the fuselage. So you have to get it right. There are no guides. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a nice looking little kit. IBG, incidentally, is a Polish manufacturer, and we forgot to do the history of this. So 72512, which is this one. This particular kit turned up in 2018, and there's actually 8 different kits offered by IBG in various types and various markings, including a captured German and a Royal Romanian Air Force. So we'll just have a quick nose at the Wikipedia. PZL 37 Los, or Moose, was a Polish twin-engine medium bomber designed and manufactured by the National Aircraft Company, Państwowe Zakłady Lotnicze, I think. It is sometimes incorrectly referred to as the PZL P-37, but the letter P was reserved for fighters. Upon its introduction to service, it was popularly considered to be not only the most modern and effective weapon possessed by Poland, but also to be one of the most advanced bombers then operational in the world. From mid-1938 onwards, interest was expressed by various nations in potential export sales of the PZL-37 in response to highly favourable reception. PZL, being keen to meet demands, developed additional variants that were intended for the export market, such as the PZL-37C, which was to be powered by a pair of known-roan 14N01 radial engines. An improved enlarged derivative, known as the PZL-49 MIS, was also developed for the Polish Air Force. The loss was extensively used in the defence of Poland during the invasion of Poland by Nazi Germany in September 1939. On 1st September 1939, the Polish Air Force had roughly 86 PZL-37s in total, but less than half of those actually saw service combat use due to aircraft being used by training units, being in maintenance, or having been held in reserve. The bombers suffered from a high attrition rate due to lack of fighter protection, and the final Polish combat missions were performed on 19th of September. In October 1940, around 26 to 27 of the PZL-37s that had been evacuated from Poland were seized by the Romanian government, and 23 of these aircraft were subsequently used by the Royal Romanian Air Force in the invasion of the Soviet Union. Total built says over 120, but quite exactly what happened to all of them, I don't know. Neither does Wikipedia. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please do remember to cast your vote in either the comments bar of this or any of the subsequent videos for You Choose My Next Build. Or you can go to the original video which I released yesterday, which there will be a link to in the description bar at the bottom. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. As always, be seeing you.